Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we'll be taking a look at the Pitbull Platinum Pro. Is it worth it? Keep watching to find out. Okay, so in today's video we'll be taking a slightly in-depth dive look at the Pitbull Platinum Pro. This was kindly sent to us free of charge for review purposes by the people at Pitbull themselves, so thank you very much. And actually it reminded me of, they did actually send me the Pitbull Gold, which I have actually been using pretty much on a daily basis for almost exactly 2 years to the date. My first shave was, I think it was February the 20th, and I'm recording this on the 11th, 2 years later. So yeah, almost 2 years, and I must confess I'm actually still using the original blades that it came with, which you're probably not meant to do. So yeah, take that as a word of warning. If you are starting to get the odd razor burn and a little bit of bumps happening, even if you are looking after it really well, definitely change your blades on a regular basis, and probably more regular than 2 years. Anyway, I digress. So let's take a look and see what we actually get with the Pitbull Platinum Pro as part of the kit. Now the Platinum Pro is the most expensive one in their current lineup. Now there's some reasons for that, and there's some reasons why I would actually possibly consider looking at the previous version, the Gold, depending if the extra features that you get are actually valuable to you yourself. So let's start off, first of all, obviously packaging wise, this is the box it comes in. Yeah, nice packaging, so if you're giving it for a gift for someone, they're going to be really pleased with this. Got all the information on the back there. Accessories wise is where this kind of excels, so you get a lot more for your money really, but whether or not you need them, that's going to be down to the individual. So to start off with, you get the Pitbull shaver case. So this is a semi-hard case, and you can use it as a travel case. All the accessories fit in there. You've got a little mesh bag in there going on, so you can store things in there should you want to, extra bits, maybe some shaving cream or something like that, shaving oil possibly, those kinds of things. So nice case, decent quality, so that is definitely a value add. You also get, which is something you don't get on the normal shavers, is the Platinum rinse stand. Hence obviously why it says Platinum on it, because this comes with the Platinum. So this rinse stand is actually quite a useful thing. You can use this for rinsing, so if you're having a wet shave with your Pitbull, then you can put in some hot soapy water in there, and you can use it and just every now and then just dip it in to kind of clean the blades and to have a wet shave with your shaver. So that's awesome. You can also use it for cleaning, so just clean it up with some warm water, and actually what you can do is just put your shaver into the top here and dip it in, turn the power on. I've done some footage of this so you can see what it's like, and actually it does seem to clean the head particularly well. I was very impressed. Normally with my previous one, I would go over to the sink or even just a bin, open it up, tap it all out, get the brush in there and do all that kind of stuff. But at least with this, it's nice, clean, and of course if you want to, you could, I guess you could add some other kind of things to the water just for sort of bacterial purposes, some sort of antibac that could possibly be done. Again, down to the individual. So that's really nice, and again, you can have that. You can actually have it as a charging stand if you wanted to, so you could put your shaver on there, have it charging in your bathroom, so it's always ready to go with the cable connected, all that kind of stuff. So that is a pretty decent thing to have added on. It has got some rubberized feet on the bottom to stop it skidding around, although I've just washed this, so it's a little bit wet still, but there are rubber feet on there and it's adjustable, so you can have it however you want to. So yeah, definitely another value add. These normally retail somewhere in the region about £15 on its own, so even if you're using one of the other Pitbull shavers, you can maybe buy this as an add-on extra if you don't get it as part of the kit. So definitely worthy of an extra little bit there. You've also got the travel bag as well, so if you don't want to take all the stuff with you and just want to take your shaver and keep it protected, then you can put it in this nice little velour type drawstring bag. So again, another little value add there. Something else as well, which is actually really important, you should always charge your Pitbull shaver with a 5-volt 1 amp charging socket. Don't use anything higher than that because you will actually damage the battery. So please, please don't be using your high voltage iPod charger or iPad charger or whatever to charge your shaver. It's not a good idea, and you will lose the battery life very, very quickly. So this is included with this as part of the kit for the Platinum version. So you get Skull Shaver's own branded charger, and this is dedicated for charging that. It's got a USB type A on there. This is 5-volt 1 amp, so absolutely perfect and designed for charging this particular shaver. So that is pretty much it for accessories. You do get a little brush there for cleaning out. I guess that's not really a value add because you would expect to see that sort of thing. It's not going to add a great deal to the cost. And you do also get a considerably decent USB cable as well. Considering the previous version, which is this one here, that one is okay, but doesn't feel quite as high quality as the newer one. So obviously I guess as time goes on, they do improve things. And actually that is something you will notice when you look at the packaging itself or you go onto their website. There is a disclaimer saying that you may not always get exactly what you're seeing in the picture because they're having a constant process of evolution and improving products as they go along. So if you order something and you think, oh, actually I've got this instead of that, there is a reason for it. It's because it's better. So that's always a good thing to see. Obviously you get your instruction manual, very easy to understand. It's pretty straightforward. The only thing I actually had to look up in there was actually how to use the travel lock, because that is one of the other features of this which actually improves it over the previous gold version. So the Platinum has essentially pretty much the same specs. So you're looking at the same 90-minute runtime, you're looking at 2.5 hours for a full charge, and also you're looking at a 1400 milliamp hour battery, which again, gold versus Platinum, pretty much identical spec-wise. What you do get on this as an additional extras for your money, you do get a travel lock. So if you press and hold the button, it will after a few seconds lock, and it's gone into lock mode. If you want to unlock it, you can't just press the button and it work. So it will save it going off in your bag or traveling, etc., which could be quite embarrassing if you're on a plane or a train and this thing starts vibrating. People are going to give you some funny looks. If you want to unlock it, just press and hold and it starts back up. So very simple, literally just press and hold. I kind of could have probably worked out myself, but it was in the instruction manual. So that is pretty much the main differences. There is also another thing in there. There is actually a sensor built into here. So if there are too many hairs and it's getting a little bit clogged up, there is actually on the top a rinse indicator or a wash indicator. So that will come on as well. This is something I spoke to Kath about this a little bit earlier. It's kind of like, for most people, arguably, you kind of know when your shaver needs cleaning because it feels like it's dragging a little bit. It doesn't sound as powerful. You get those kind of telltale noises, but I guess there are some people out there that maybe aren't quite as in tune to that sort of thing. So having the wash indicator on there, I guess is actually a useful extra. Again, whether or not you need it, this is going to be the differences between whether you go for the Pitbull Platinum or you save a little bit of money and go for the Pitbull Gold. So that is all the product introduced and my kind of thoughts on it so far. Really, what we need to do is have a shave with it, and as you can see, I've got more than the recommended amount left on my face and on my head. Now, it does say in the instructions that you really shouldn't have more than maybe about 2 or 3 days worth of growth. Now, obviously, everyone is different. Hair grows at different lengths and times, etc. And on the top, probably a little bit less than it does on the sides and on your face, etc. So they're saying really don't use it on hair which is longer than 4mm. I'm not going to measure my hair because that's just crazy talk. I'm just going to use it as I would my previous Pitbull and see how it goes. So we're going to start off, you'll see some footage now of some close-ups, which I absolutely hate, of my hair and my beard. It's all in 4K, so you can see it in all its grotesque glory. Now, I have quite often seen them advertising a 90-second shave. Now, for me personally, I think 90 seconds is probably going to be a little bit optimistic. My hair doesn't really shave that particularly well or easily, and I generally tend to miss bits because I'm, well, just that kind of person. So let's see how long it takes. Yeah, I think 90 seconds as an advertising slogan is a little bit rich, but let me know if you've got one of these and you can do yours in 90 seconds. Awesome. I would say realistically it's going to take longer, and obviously if you've got more hair or more days growth, then it's going to take that much longer because it's got more to cut through. Apparently this is now using enhanced Japanese steel, and the blades are cutting up to 20% better, which is actually pretty good because I was very impressed with the original Pitbull. So these new blades do appear to be pretty good on paper, but there's only one way to find out, so let's get on with it. So I'm going to start off doing my head. We'll go with that first of all. Now, one thing you're probably noticing if you've already looked at the previous videos or you're looking at the other shavers, the Pitbull Platinum only comes with the 4-head version, whereas you can actually get a triple head version as well. So you've got 2 interchangeable heads. Actually, if I get the gold, so you can see I've got the 4-head one on there and the 3-head version as well. So you can switch between the two. Some people find the 3-head better for face, 4 for the head, but they've actually improved the technology a little bit now and the design, and actually it's a little bit deeper, the floating head, so it's actually suitable for contours on both your head and also your face. So you don't necessarily need 2 blades, but of course they do sell these as optional extras, so you can, if you want to, buy some extra blades, buy the 3-head. There is actually a 5-head one as well, so if you want that extra comfort for the 5-head, if that suits your contours of your face and your head type and your skin type and that kind of stuff, then feel free to go ahead and do that. But anyway, that's enough waffling, let's get on and do this. So the first thing I'm noticing, actually, it does feel very smooth, and actually the pressure is very even, which is something you don't always get on a lot of kind of mains powered or kind of these type of rotary shavers. And the side goes around the contour of my ear quite nicely. Yeah, it's very comfortable. That is one thing which I've always liked about the Skull Shaver. You do pay a slight premium for the Skull Shaver brand, but it does just feel very comfortable when you're shaving. And you can hold it in multiple ways, so you can have it held, you can actually hold the main body itself. There are grips on the side, as you can see, which I'm doing now. Or if you want to get more of a feel, then you can put your hand in like that. And some people find that better. Again, it's down to the individual. I'm not really concentrating here on what I'm doing, so I should concentrate on shaving and less on yakking. Okay, so here we go. We went from 90% down to 88%, and that is pretty much done. And that does feel pretty smooth. It's not, I would say it's not razor smooth. That is something which I don't think you'll find with any of these shavers. You'll never really get them to be razor smooth. Maybe if you do it wet shaved, definitely if you use this in the shower, it's going to get a lot closer. The water acts as a lubricant, and obviously if you're using things like shaving oil, that sort of thing, you're going to get considerably closer. On the desk, no residue, which is awesome. That is one of the good things as well about this. The hair clippings or cuttings or whatever you want to call them do get stored inside here, and I do find that it actually does manage to pick up pretty much all of them. So you can use this if you're going to the office, maybe you're having a shave, you can use it and you're not going to get all those kind of itchy hairs on your shirt collars and stuff and get the rash, etc., all that kind of horrible stuff. It does seem to do a particularly good job of storing all the hair, so that is awesome. When you want to empty it, it's very easy to do, and literally just unclip it, give it a tap, and it all comes out. And actually it's pretty clean in there anyway, so absolutely fine. Don't think I've missed anything. Maybe a tiny bit there. Like with all of these shavers, when you get them, realistically it's going to take you a good few shaves. Some would say even up to a month, again depending on your skin type, hair type, etc., and coarseness, length, etc. It does take a little while to get used to the blades, and if you're used to wet shaving, I would say definitely if you're going to transfer from wet shaving to using an electric, then it's going to take your skin a little bit of a while to get used to the kind of the abrasion, so definitely bear that in mind. It isn't going to be one of those things where on day one it's going to be absolutely perfect, although saying that, it actually does feel pretty good, and actually does feel really short. Very impressed around the sides. I'll get you some close-ups of that so you can see it a bit better when I finish filming. But yeah, feels good so far. So now we can get on and do the face bit. Now the face is always tricky. I always struggle getting the hairs down here, around here. I always miss some, and quite often just in and around there. I think it's a thing that most of us guys have problems with, but anyway, let's see how it does. I'm not used to doing it with the 4-head. It's normally I use the 3-head version for doing this, so let's see if it's any quicker, which in theory it should be a quarter faster, but let's give it a go. It's nice actually having just the single head, because you can kind of go from the beard area up to the kind of sideburns and the head without thinking, oh, it's going to be a slightly different length or something. Again, comfy, very comfy. Doesn't seem to be pulling any of the longer hairs, and they are longer hairs. Get right up in that nose. This is right next to the microphone, so you can actually hear how well it's cutting. I think that'll do. And we're still at 88%. That's not bad. It's not actually gone down a percentage doing that. So that battery's going to last for ages, and that feels pretty smooth, I think. There's a very small amount of mist there. That's on me. Probably doing this in the mirror would probably be useful. Don't have to, but for me it probably will be. Thinking about the camera, thinking about shaving, and thinking about what to have to eat all makes my shaving routine go out the window a little bit. So there we go. I feel a few years younger already. So that's awesome. Again, when you're done, all you need to do, if you want to, just stick it in the holder, put some water in there, give it a blast, and it's clean and ready for the next time. So yeah, overall, I'm actually pretty impressed. Feels pretty smooth. Head and face. To be honest with you, I'm used to obviously the Pitbull, the gold version previously, so I'm used to a pretty decent shave anyway. But yeah, I would say, obviously it's new blades as well, so it's getting a little bit closer than it would do with the 2-year-old blades. That's a given. But yeah, very nice. Now it's going to come down to this. I would say wholeheartedly, I would recommend the brand and the shaver itself. Whether or not you go for the platinum or whether you go for the gold, I think is going to come down to the accessories. If you've already got a USB plug, if you've already happy cleaning the shaver yourself manually all the time, if you're not going to go traveling and use your travel box, all those kinds of things, if you don't necessarily need those, then I'd possibly look at getting the Pitbull Gold rather than the Platinum. It's nice and it looks nice and it's got a very nice finish. We've got this kind of, I'm not even too sure what you'd call that. I guess it's Platinum, hence the name. Oh dear, I can't believe I actually said that. But anyway, yeah, it's in a Platinum look, so it does look a little bit more stylish between, obviously, the gold. It's weird that the gold isn't that colour, but anyway, I digress. But yeah, if you don't necessarily need all those other accessories and you're just concerned about the blade and the shaver, and you don't want the wash feature where it tells you it needs washing, etc., then there isn't really a great deal between the two. On paper, again, 1400 mAh battery, 90-minute runtime, 2.5 hours to charge, so there's not really a great deal between them. They look and feel in the hand pretty much identical. This one feels a little bit smoother, I think, because of the finish on it. But other than that, there's not a great deal between them. So personally, if you want to save money, which is what this channel is all about, I would seriously consider looking at the gold version. But if you do want these extra bits, or maybe you're buying it as a gift and you want to spend a little bit extra for your partner or whatever, then definitely spending the extra. You do get some nice features. Whether or not they're going to be useful to you, that's going to be totally down to the individual. But as far as shaving goes, yeah, I don't think you can beat the Pitbull. I really don't think you can. So let me know what you think about this one in the comments section below. But for the meantime, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next shave. Thanks for watching.